Hey again. I don't know if you can tell, I am not in the closet or in the van. I made it to Grandma's house after dropping the kids off at Sunday school. So I'm just hanging out here. And I just felt inspired to start this story. Because this one's an interesting one, I think. This might happen in parts because I don't think I have time to do this all right now. But I wanted to see what your thoughts were on, just imagine yourself sitting down to do something peaceful and restful and joyful for you. Whether that's you finally get a moment to sit down and read a book you've been wanting to read, or that you're in the middle of and you just can't seem to get finished because you don't have time. So imagine you get that moment to sit down on your big comfy chair and pull that book open and you just sink into this happy, peaceful place. And then you hear, "Mom!" Okay, just think about that. Or you could be, laying down for a nap that you haven't taken in 4 years and you just need a minute's rest. And the moment your pillow hits, or the moment your head hits the pillow, you hear, "Mom!" Like for me, one of the most recent things that I can remember is I'm a puzzler. I love puzzles. They are so relaxing to me. And I sat down at our table to start working on a puzzle, and I'm in this just peaceful place in the quiet, working on a puzzle. And then I hear, "Mom!" When you think about those moments, does it do anything to your body? Do you feel some sort of change in your body? Because I do. And it's not just a startled response. It's like a physiologic change. There's my stomach drops, my heart I have this massive sinking feeling, and my heartbeat is racing, and I just feel almost sick to my stomach. And it's just a fleeting moment. It goes away. But there's something that actually happens in my body when I am yanked out of a peaceful place. Grandma's cat. And it's just all of a sudden I'm needed. So I get that feeling all the time when I hear Mom shout it out at me. And it happens all the time. And I did a lot of thinking about that. And I think I finally put 2 and 2 together. I told my therapist, I said, I feel like I've got PTSD. And it's just these moments of my name being yelled out is triggering this response. And I don't know if it's frustration or disappointment or anger, or it just, there's this strong response in my body. And to me, it feels like PTSD. And I realized, I think I linked it to when you have an infant at home, just this brand new baby who's absolutely not sleeping on a good schedule. You're not getting sleep. You're exhausted. And you get to that nighttime period where you're like, okay, this is it. I'm trying to put them down. This is the 5th time I've tried to put this baby down to bed. And this is it. I think this is going to be it. I'm going to lay down and baby's gonna sleep, and I'm finally gonna get to sleep. And the second your head hits the pillow and your body starts to like decompress, there's that screaming baby again. There's that feeling of torture. It's no wonder they use sleep deprivation as a torture technique, because it is absolute mental torture, physical torture. Your body is so desperate for sleep and so desperate for that rest, and it's ripped away from you over and over and over. So I was telling my therapist about that, and she's like, that makes total sense. Your body is so conditioned to give up its own needs for others. And so now when you've got your kids yelling at you, "Mom, Mom," once again, your needs go out the window and you are called to help whatever it is they need. I just thought that was so interesting. I thought, man, I just remember back to those early months of having a baby, and just that torture feeling of you don't get any rest or peace from this. People might be able to help out a little bit, but you're mom and you are connected to this 100%, and your needs just go out the window. It's so wild to think about. So I talked to my therapist about some of that, and I actually see my therapist this coming week, and we're going to do some EMDR, which is eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. Not sure if everyone has heard of that, but I guess it's this technique in therapy. It just helps process traumatic memories. So it'll be very interesting to see if that helps with how my body reacts to being needed. I don't know. Yeah, I'm really excited about it and interested to see what happens. So I think I will pause this here and maybe get back to you after that has happened this week. So see you soon. Hey guys, so I'm back. It's been a few weeks since I did the EDMR. I wanted to experience it, and then I wanted to kind of give it some time to show if it works or didn't work, or just notice whatever effects there were. So God's timing is pretty amazing. Just so happens a week ago today, my 3-year-old James had to have his tonsils removed. Now we've had some ups and downs with that, but one of the biggest issues is that he just isn't sleeping. I think he's just got so much pain that he isn't sleeping well. He wakes up, he comes into our bed, he's been sleeping in our bed, which we're not really used to. He only sleeps for like an hour or two at a time, and he wakes up combative, angry, screaming, almost like a night terror, but it's not. He's just kicking and hitting and angry, and I don't blame him. It probably sucks. But anyhow, it just was the perfect timing for me to get to experience if the EMDR actually worked. Turns out, I think it really did. Not sleeping is torture in itself. Like, just sleep deprivation is just difficult. And it still brings up that feeling of frustration and anger and just disappointment, defeat, all the things. But what I didn't feel and what I didn't notice having was that trigger feeling of, you know, my heart racing, my stomach dropping, that like physiological like jolt in my nervous system. I didn't feel that. And it's not like I was looking for it or thinking about it. Like, I'm looking back now on this whole week that we haven't been sleeping. And I'm just like, no, it's definitely frustrating, and you still feel all those frustrations, but I wasn't having that physical feeling that I had been having. So I don't know, I guess I'd say it probably is worth your while if you need to look into it. I talked with my therapist, and we're going to try it on another one or two things that, you know, I've experienced. So I think we're going to try it again. But I would love to know if you have any experience with EMDR. Have you done it? Are you looking into it? What did you think? I just find it really interesting. So comment or message me directly, however it is you want to do that. Let me know what your thoughts are on the subject. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time.